moment of silence for those who were killed in El Paso and Dayton and who have died in detention centers. Migration is an act inextricably bound to childhood. The child is a body inextricable from the future, vulnerable to our projections. When America imagines its future, it is a future intended for white children. My whole life, I have been preparing for a future that currently doesn't exist, the 21-year-old El Paso shooter wrote, lamenting a future already in decline and a job already lost to Latinx immigrants and their children. I am simply defending my country from cultural and ethnic replacement brought on by an invasion. A fully radicalized and indoctrinated foot soldier, at 21, he parroted Trump's invasion and replacement rhetoric to rationalize the violent ethnic cleansing of a common enemy. He is just one of many white male mass shooters radicalized as children. Raised on Fox News' steady IV drip of post-9/11 white nationalist propaganda, positioning illegals and their high birth rate as the enemy, taking the future that was meant for him. In his manifesto, he wrote about ethnic cleansing and genocide as the most normal, reasonable solution in the world to prevent universal basic income, open borders, free healthcare for illegals, and citizenship. All common dog whistles disguised as right-wing talking points, laying the groundwork for further desensitizing average Americans into tolerating ever-escalating acts of cruelty and violence, and radicalizing white children into alt-right foot soldiers. Women and children make up the majority of incoming migrants and refugees, many of whom travel while pregnant or give birth en route. The future embodied in those denied a future in their homeland. Fleeing war, violence, corruption, and poverty resulting from decades of U.S. political and economic intervention, emigrating is not a choice or a romantic voyage in search of a better life. Abandon that narrative. It's a traumatizing act of survival that has forced them from their homes and estranged them from their families. But for white nationalists under the Trump administration, the migrant child is the very figure that incites aggression and abject cruelty. Children are the vanguard in the coming race war, the enemy threatening their future. Children represent the future, and migrant children are the embodiment of what drives white racial